Welcome to another episode of Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge. This show is designed to expose musicians, actors, dancers, comedians, performing artists of all types in a format that can help better their career. We're right here in the Twin Cities. We're local, and we want to help you. So go to TwinCitiesTalentShowcase.com, go to the audition request link, fill out the form, submit it, and we'll be right in touch with you. You take a look around you. This is the studio. This is where television happens right here in the Twin Cities. I'm your host. You can be here. Don't forget. Oh, wait a minute. I saw that. Yeah, put that remote down. You're supposed to be watching Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge. Welcome to another episode of Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge. Tonight, we have the pleasure of talking a little bit with Minnesota Gnice with a G. So I want to welcome you to the show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right, thank you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm an Iowa boy, transported up here to Minnesota. I've been up here about 6-7 years. I've been dabbling in stand-up basically my whole life, but just recently I've done a couple shows. Been in Acme, got into a couple of contests. I have a show later next month at the Mall of America.
Oh, at the Mall of America?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know they had a comedy club there. They do, huh?
Yeah, up there on the top floor.
On the top floor?
Yeah, House of Comedy. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And then on Tuesdays they do, you know, new talent, so you can go do open mic, and it's not bad.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so you're from Iowa. You've been here for 6 years or so, right?
Yes.
How do you like the Twin Cities?
The Twin Cities is something else.
It is something.
The Twin Cities is something else. I enjoy it. You know, it's definitely got a lot of flavors and a lot of layers. But you never know what you're going to get. That's one thing I like about the Twin Cities. When you step outside, you never know who you're going to run into.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
You know,
so how'd you get the handle Minnesota Gnice?
It just kind of stuck once I came up here, and it was just like, you know, you're kind of nice with the comedy, you know. And,
okay.
And then I just kind of picked it up, you know, playing with the home crowd, being
Right.
you know, this is where I'm at most of the time. So, you know, it's not just a term, it's a way of life. So.
Okay, that's perfect. Because when I moved up here a couple years ago, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it means, Minnesota Gnice. But
yeah, well, Minnesota Gnice is no matter what we do up here, we're nice about it.
Oh, that's
we're
okay.
nice with it, yeah. So
Now
even if we have to put you down or whatever, we do it with class. We're nice.
I know.
You know, right?
Okay.
So.
Now I know. Now I know. Okay, are you going to give us a little bit of your stand-up today?
Oh, most definitely.
All
most
right.
Definitely.
Okay, y'all, stay tuned. We're going to hear more from Minnesota Gnice in just a minute. You're watching Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge.
All right, man. First of all, I'd like to say thanks for letting me in your home. I worked as a canvasser, and I really never got off people's front porch, so I appreciate you letting me in your home. It really does touch me from the bottom of my heart. Okay, with that being said, let me go ahead and apologize before we get started. This might not be some of my best material, but I just want to talk about what's going on. So we're going to use this time as therapy for me. Maybe somebody can help me with a couple things. All right, I just got out of a long-standing relationship. This was my first major relationship. You know, I thought things were going good, but, you know, like every good thing, it comes to an end. And that happened, and it's like, okay, well, it's over. So that's not the bad part. The bad part is getting back out here in the dating pool. Now, jumping back in the dating pool is something else, because when I was here the first time, I wasn't a strong swimmer anyway out the gate. So getting back out there, it's like, okay, it's kind of like when my grandma was voting back in the 60s. There's Republican and Democrats. Now, there's Tea Party and there's other parties. Well, it's the same thing with dating. It used to just be men and women. Now we got transgenders. And I have no problem with that. You know, you're allowed to be who you are. but I would like a little bit of warning. You know what I mean? I was dating one for about 2 weeks before I realized, trying to take things slow. I thought she was kind of strong, and I was absolutely correct. You know what I'm saying? So that's just life as it goes. I was like, oh, and real quick before we go, is transvestite, is that still PC, or is that crossing the line now? I'm not sure. Can somebody get back to me and let me know? Okay. But as far as with the getting back out here dating, now you got internet dating, and it's my understanding that I'm not supposed to lie on the internet. That's called catfishing. I thought everybody lied on the internet. So that's the whole reason I was on the internet. If I wanted to tell you the truth, I'd go face to face. Well, we don't do that. So it's like, okay, well, hey, we can make this work then. So you check a couple of my profile pics. I had to take them down because I didn't realize that, I couldn't put up pictures of other people and say they were me, so I had to take that down and everything. And yeah, it's going all right. It's going all right. I had a date last week with a lady. My money's not where I need it to be. So she's like, where are we going to go? And I was thinking, well, I know this is kind of outside the box. You got to think outside the box when you don't have a lot of money. So I'm thinking, how about we go to your house? Excuse me, that was kind of forward. No, I'm saying you seem like you're more comfortable. You get the home court advantage, and you can ask me to leave at any time. And the good thing is, it won't cost me a dime. So needless to say, that relationship didn't last long either. I always hear a lot from my girlfriends that you never take anything serious. Well, I'm kind of doing comedy, so that's like a prerequisite of the job, not to be too serious. Well, I guess starving is a part of the job too then, because you're not bringing in any money either. Well, that's how you start off. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. That's life for you. And I'm just trying to keep things moving, and hopefully, you'll see me out there, and don't be afraid to say what's up to me. Like I said, it's your boy, Minnesota Gnice. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to come into your homes, and that is my time. Remember, take it easy.
This piece is called It Is Finished. This piece has a very special place in my heart. It's the first piece that I ever wrote and entered in a competition and won nationals for. So it is finished. For her, it's a race between desire of the soul and flesh. The winner already predetermined by the blood of Jesus Christ shed on the cross. If only she knew. I said, if only she knew. So she appeared at what seemed to be the finish line, thinking, man, it's about time. With 2 luggages in hand, she plans to carry them across. The Son of God looks at her and says, my child, what are those? She answers, oh, these, they are mine. Jesus replied, you've come this far, but these baggages are not up to par. The life I've got prepared for you is filled with so much memoirs. I think it's best you leave them where you are. She releases the baggages, but is not about to ditch them there, because that would be unfair, because you see, the items and these baggages have made up her identity a whole lot. And here lay that blade she was back in those middle school days, trying to forget but can't shake the nightmare. She convinces herself it will come in handy one day, that when they call her ugly and fat, it will be there. And here are the notes she passed around, spreading rumors, thinking people wouldn't care. That if she put LOL or smiley face in front of words like slut, that it would have no impact. I know what you're thinking, that this is wrong, but see, everybody else was doing it and she wanted to belong. And here's her favorite movie of all time, movies like Magic Mike that consistently hinder her heart and mind from encountering Christ. But to stand up for her values, or risk being disliked. See, she didn't know that to become a true follower of Christ, it was gonna take more than being liked. And here are the bottle of pills she took to experience a new high. Couldn't get her higher enough as it left her wrecked. And all these things The things of this world she brought along. And as a friend of mine, Sweet Brown, once said in a song, ain't nobody got time for that. The King of Kings said no, let it go. So why are you holding on to them? If only you knew that a man was beaten and carried the cross, so you don't have to carry the burden of these baggages. No, we could be here all night long, but you need to move on. I suggest you set those baggages down, lay it all at the altar with the primary purpose to surrender. Don't make that dog face. I tell you this as a friend so that we may finish this race. If you brought any baggages in here today, just know it won't get you to see God's face. We are not under sin, but we are under grace. When he went to the grave, you did too. When he rose from the grave, your life became new. He says, my job is finished. Let your new life begin. Now get it. Stop wallowing in your sins. The chains have been broken. The stone has been rolled away. It is the same God that can make those scars fade, a God that can send people into your life to make up for how others treated you like a maid, someone to call upon when temptation seems cached, because Christ came. I'm here to tell you today that you too can rise out of your graves, because as he said, it is finished. The answer to someone's problem is inside you. Will you choose to sit and enjoy the view or contribute? See, I get really hyped when I think about this life I've been called to. I want to die to my worldly ways every day, make way as Christ is existing to me, that I sometimes get asked, Sabrina, what are you on? Conclusions are drawn, but something they can count on as a king became keeper of my heart. And that's a fact that no high from an earthly substance can match. The question should be, Sabrina, who is in you? I didn't get saved just to be on the sidelines. No, I'm not James Bond, but I can be, all because of my God who makes up this divine squad, 3 and 1, so that all may see and experience the power of this Trinity. And with this kind of mentality, my enemies ain't stopping till I'm put to rest. They'll rejoice when not just me, but my purpose is dead. But what they don't know is that I've been dead before. I've overdosed on my sinful blows. My eyes sealed shut, no oxygen flow. Body ice cold and tagged with my name on my toe. Yet they still say YOLO. You only live once. They don't know our God. They can choose to mock, like Mockingjay Part 2, Katniss in the arena. But see, this ain't the Hunger Games, because I feed on his spirit. Through him, life is present. The weight of his glory none can relate. He wipes the slate and lets the currents of his love resuscitate the lifeless. That's the power of who's in me. All because he came. How can we not be changed to be the change? Not just that pocket change to throw at the broken and homeless, but that real change for those all around us with death as their fate, waiting for that word to be spoken from a heart filled with hope to encounter a genuine representation of this heavenly Father. This is us. He has put the power in us to spread the gospel. It cannot be done unless we are united with him and with us as one, considering we are not wretched, but God's most precious possession, piercing the pain in the heart of this aching world, mainlining healing through the very veins of humanity that screams for mercy, mercy, and relief.
Welcome to another episode of Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge. And tonight we are interviewing a fantastic spoken word artist that you just heard her stuff. Her name is Sabrina Epou. I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, tell me a little bit about where you're from and how did you get started in spoken word?
Yes, originally I'm from Togo, West Africa, and we moved to the United States when I was around 7 years old. And as far as so we live right now in Minneapolis, and as far as getting started with spoken word, it all started with this competition called Assemblies of God Fine Arts Competition. And I was pushed to kind of enter it I usually did drama in school, and so my youth pastor was like, "Hey, like you should enter this competition," and I was entering with the drama entry, and then he was like, "Hey, I think you should do spoken word." I had no idea what spoken word was or what kind of art form or what it entailed, but I was like, "Okay, sure." So he seemed so confident in me and like believed in me that I could do this. So I entered the competition and ended up winning here at the regional level. And then I went towards nationals and I got 10th in the nation for the spoken word entry and didn't even make it at all for my drama, which I was doing, for like years. So that was really exciting. And I feel like God just kind of put that in me as like, hey, like I want you to minister to people in this art form. And so that was how it all started with that competition. And from there on, I started getting calls from people who were there at nationals and was like, hey, can you come to our church or can you come to this event or conference? And so it just kind of grew out that way.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you're continually doing presentations.
Yes, I do perform at conferences or churches. I did just come back from touring with this group called Dare to Share. Okay. We just toured 8 cities last spring.
Oh, wow.
So I've been like working with them and doing stuff with that.
That is awesome. Are you constantly writing? Do you find yourself being struck with the mood to write, or is it something that you have to like say, well, okay, this next week I'm going to start writing, or is it inspirational in the beginning every time, or how does that work?
Mostly it's inspirational. I do have conferences that I do and that gave me themes, like, oh, the theme is Live It Up or the theme is Unshakable, and they want you to build the spoken word off of that theme. But as far as I do get inspired a lot, whether it's the things that God is working in my life with, I also get inspired going to church and listening to sermons. That also helps me. It's inspirational, and it's really bad because sometimes I'm just like writing things, whether it's on my phone, I keep notes, or like napkins, write on napkins and stuff like that, and then like later go type it up, kind of a thing. So yeah, it's really constant about anything pops in my head, a line pops up, and it just grows that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah. Now, what would you do? How would you encourage somebody else that wants to get into this type of art form? Would you tell them there's certain steps to take, or how would they develop their skills?
Yeah, I think that as far as like being a good writer, I think that's the number one thing, being a good writer, and then like performance has to come after that. And I would encourage just like reading. Reading is a really good way to become a good writer. Also, I know that one thing that I did is watching some of great spoken words on YouTube. People like Jackie Hill Perry or Jefferson Bethke, they've really inspired me in what they do. Just watching those, and I think also praying and pursuing after God, and I think He gives you inspiration if that's what you are into, or what He has given you to do. So I think those are like good steps to start with.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, it's really been a pleasure having you on the show. Would you come back again sometime?
I for sure can.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You've been listening to an interview with Sabrina Epou. This is Twin Cities Talent Showcase, and if you'd like to be on the show, you can go to our website, twincitiestalentshowcase.com, go to the audition request link, fill out the form, and we'll be in contact with you soon. You can listen to her music on YouTube. Just type in her name and it pops right up. So I'm Oral Sledge. Welcome to Twin Cities Talent Showcase. This is Sabrina Epou. We'll have more in a minute. Thank you.
Thank you.
That I can't pay, a mortgage I can't meet, and every other week is not enough. I've been ahead, I've been behind, I've been late, I've been on time. There's one thing free. The wind's gonna blow, it's gonna rain, it's gonna snow. Sooner or later the sun will shine again. My friend, to let life happen. Let life happen. Tomorrow's another day, and man, I can't wait. Let life happen, let it flow. Let God let go. Live, love, laugh, and be free. 'Cause the wind's gonna blow, it's gonna rain, it's gonna snow. Sooner or later the sun will shine. Give it time, my friend. Let life happen. Let life happen. Let life. Golden voice and music city looks, melodies with all the right hooks. She's got the passion, she's got the drive, she's doing all she can to keep her dream alive. She's out of love, she's out of money, she's been through hell and that ain't funny. Believing in her talent, determined to deliver everything she said she would. There's something going on and everybody knows it. When others try to talk her down, she's aware of the forces trying to discourage her dreams of someday leaving town. And it doesn't really matter what people may be saying, 'cause she don't really pay no mind. She's got it all planned out, the girl is on a mission, and she's gonna leave them all behind. She's living life, and like it seems, life to her is all about her dreams. She's keeping on no matter what they tell her. Ain't nothing gonna bring her down. And some people call her crazy and say she's just a dreamer, but she don't seem to care at all. She believes in her talent and knows she's gonna make it, though they'd love to see her fall. There's something going on and everybody knows it. When others try to talk her down, she's aware of the forces trying to discourage her dreams of someday leaving town. And it doesn't really matter what people may be saying, 'cause she don't really pay no mind. She's got it all planned out, the girl is on a mission, and she's gonna leave them all behind. There's something going on and everybody knows it. When others try to talk her down, she's aware of the forces trying to discourage her dreams of someday leaving town. And it doesn't really matter what people may be saying, 'cause she don't really pay no mind. She's got it all planned out, the girl is on a mission, she's gonna leave them all behind. You think she's gonna do it? Well, I know she's gonna do it. You go, girl. There we go. Cool. Got 2 tunes there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Twin Cities Talent Showcase. That was Brett Allen. So if you'd like to be on the show yourself, go to TwinCitiesTalentShowcase.com. Go to the audition request link and fill out the form. And we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, coming up next, we have more talent. So don't touch that remote. You're watching what you're supposed to be watching. Twin Cities Talent Showcase. I'm your host, Oral Sledge. Stay there.
3 in the morning and I'm still awake, so I picked up a pen and a page and I started writing just what I'd say if we were face to face. I'd tell you just what you mean to me, tell you these simple truths. Be strong in the Lord and never give up hope. You're gonna do great things, I already know. God's got his hand on you, so don't live life in fear. Forgive and forget, but don't forget why you're here. And take this time to pray. These are the words I will say. I started praying that God would find you right where you are. Well, I know, 'cause I've already been there. So please hear these simple truths. Be strong in the Lord and never give up hope. You're gonna do great things, I already know. God's got his hand on you, so don't live life in fear. Forgive and forget, but don't forget why you're here. Take your time and pray. These are the words I would say. From one simple life to another, I would say, come find peace in the Father. Never give up hope. You're gonna do great things, I already know. God's got his hand on you, so don't live life in fear. Forgive and forget, but don't forget why you're here. Take your time and pray, and thank God for each day. His love will find a way. These are the words I would say.
Nobody told me nobody could see me. You can see me? Okay. All right, thank you.